Hey, it's your fearless leader, Nancy Juetten, and I am coming to you from the car today with a publicity update and a story. It's always great to start with a story. Are you a skeptic about publicity and the kind of impact it can make? I would love for today's video to be a head turner for you, and I'll start with something I remember reading about a couple of years ago in the Santa Barbara Gazette. It turned out that there was a woman, and for today's purposes I will call her Mary Smith, and she ran a little soap shop in Santa Barbara where she made fragrant, beautifully textured soaps, creams, and potions and lotions for the local neighbors. And she was making a nice little cottage industry for herself with this little soap shop. Well, little did she know that one day the President of the United States actually stopped in with his wife and bought a series of soaps, creams, potions, and lotions, and it turned out they really liked those soaps, creams, potions, and lotions. So it wasn't long after that the Secret Service paid Mary Smith a call. She actually called on the phone and said, "This is the Secret Service. We want to talk to Mary Smith." And Mary Smith answered the phone and thought it was a crank call, so she hung up. And then the Secret Service called back a second time and said, "No, Mary Smith, this really is the Secret Service. There's something we want to talk to you about. I need just a moment of your time." She still thought it was a crank call, and she hung up. And then the third time, Mary Smith actually took the call because the person said, "This really is the Secret Service. The President asked me to give you a call. I have something very specific to talk with you about, and I just need a couple minutes." So she decided to give him a couple of minutes. Turned out that the President and his wife liked these creams, potions, and lotions so much that they wanted to have a private label version of them made available at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, which is the store where people can visit when they take a tour of the White House. Well, one thing led to another, and a licensing deal was struck. And not long after that, the Santa Barbara Gazette did a story about Mary Smith and her little soap store that went all the way from Santa Barbara all the way to the White House. And that story was so charming that folks around the country got to read about it because it went viral, and that little soap shop became a really big deal. And she owed it to the power of publicity. And I have been a fan of publicity my entire professional career, and I still am, even though there are many people who are skeptical about it. I believe it's a long-term strategy that can really help build your credibility, boost your visibility, and contribute to your profitability. And so that's why I'm such a huge fan. Now, you probably know that I've been leading the Raise Your Voice, Make Your Impact Facebook group for quite a while, and I lead the Magic Message Lab Facebook group, and I've got quite a nice business where I help people get known and get paid, and that's an established, mature business that I'm very proud of. But in the last several months, my husband and I, Steve Juetten, the Certified Financial Planner, have gotten very serious about bringing our Life Goes On Roadmap product to the marketplace. And we are now deep in the launch of that, and we are using publicity as a powerful strategy. And so what has happened since? Well, number one, I reached out to the local magazine called Somerset Neighbors, which is where we live, and pitched the story about what we have created, which is a experience product, if you will, that helps couples get their personal finances organized so that one or the other can step into the power position and drive life forward should something happen to the other. And this is something that we feel is incredibly important that can be of service to families across the country, and we're starting right here in our own backyard with a very powerful system that gets people off the procrastination roundabout and into action so that they never regret not being ready, because life or death could be at stake, and everyone needs someone to have their back. So we pitched that story to the local magazine, and they liked it so much that they sent out a photographer and took pictures of us, and we were on the cover, and now we're getting attaboys and attagirls from all of our neighbors as we walk the dog, and they're saying, "Love that story, been recommending you to all of my friends." Well, we didn't stop there, because we're both members of the Bellevue Club, which is a very nice health club, and there are quite a number of members here who are high net worth individuals with complicated financial lives that need to get organized so one or the other partner can step into the driver's seat should something happen to the other. We pitched this story to the magazine at the health club, and they loved it, and they decided to put us in the magazine. So in July, we're going to be featured within the magazine in their Northwest Road Trip special section. And what do you know? We'll be in front of thousands more people of significant influence who may find our product of value to them or something they might wish to recommend to their friends. Well, it doesn't stop there. A couple of weeks ago, we displayed at a trade show called Legacy Success because we believe what we have to offer is of contribution to the legacy and success of families across our backyard and beyond. And what do you know? A producer for NBC's Morning News here in Seattle stopped by and we had a nice conversation. He asked me, well, what's this all about? I told him the problem we solve, who we solve it for, and how there were at least 5 message points that would serve the viewing audience who might be tuning into a broadcast where we might be put in the spotlight. He said to me, wow, those messages are right on target. We would absolutely like to produce a segment. And here's my number. Give me a call on Monday. We'll set it up. So we're going to be on the news next Saturday. How do you love that? I will never regret getting on the cover of a magazine. I will never regret being in the interior pages of an exclusive magazine that's distributed to thousands of really important members. I will never regret being on the NBC Morning News talking about the Life Goes On roadmap, because every single time I'm out there talking about this, I'm helping more people get present to the importance of getting their life organized, and that I'm going to have something to say about the success they have as a result of it. These are long-term, beautiful magazine articles that can be repurposed, television coverage that can be repurposed to open doors to perhaps national coverage, and I feel great about it. So if you are inspired to use publicity to build the buzz about your business, why don't you comment below and let me know how excited you are, and I can share some tips and ideas to help you with that. If you're intrigued by what we have created with the Life Goes On Roadmap, you can go to lifegoesonroadmap.com to download a useful free gift to help you get a jump start on organizing your personal financial life. And if you want to come with us on the next road trip, we are all aboard, and keep those hands and arms inside the tram while the tram is in motion, because we're getting ready to leave in June. And we'd like you to virtually join us so that you can get your investments, your insurance, your safety deposit box, your final wishes. Get all that organized now, so if life should serve up a bend in the road, you'll be in the driver's seat and able to take power, access, and control to make sure life keeps moving forward and that you can look after the ones you love the most. You can visit authenticvisibility.com/roadmap for our powerful invitation. If you have questions about publicity, if you have questions about the Life Goes On roadmap, or you just want to say kudos and hot dog, Nancy, you're rocking it, go ahead and comment below, and I'll circle back and comment back with you later today or in the days to come. Don't miss out on opportunities in your own backyard and beyond to get seen, heard, and celebrated for the problem you're solving for the audience that you are here to help. You will never regret it. It will serve your credibility, your visibility, and ultimately your profitability. And aim high as you go, because heck, you could be doing business in Santa Barbara and have someone pick you out of the crowd and have your product delivered at the White House. Stranger things have happened. Why can't they happen to you? Why can't they happen to me? I'm aiming high. I'm going downtown. I wish for the same for you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'd love your comments, likes, and shares. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.